I click start streaming.
Hello, everyone.
You gonna check the thing? Check the stream. Make sure it
Do I,
sounds all right.
do I have to reshare it?
No, it should be the same one. We were experiencing some technical difficulties, and now we're back. My internet went out temporarily. It was probably because my Wi-Fi router device modem contracted a case of the coronavirus.
Dude, how did it get
Yeah.
that? Has it been social distancing?
Oh, social distancing.
I don't see that we're live, homie.
Oh yeah, we're back live, and we have 0 people watching us.
I don't care. You know how much I care?
Fantastic. All right, we verified the stream is back going again, and away we go.
Away we go.
Ew.
So,
So,
let's continue where we left off, Jordan.
You're such a rude dick.
Just kidding. What's the difference between a dick and a rude dick?
A bunch of shit.
What makes me a rude dick?
A bunch of shit. A big pile of manure.
You ain't got nothing to be mad about. You have nothing to be mad about.
I don't. I didn't say I was mad.
So somebody on my Discord, I won't say his name, but I'll say what his little Discord thing says. His name is whatever. It's a brother of somebody that I work with. And it says titty ass hands. I don't know what that means, but it makes me laugh every time I see it.
Well, it sounds like his hands are on 2 things that I like to put my hands on.
Titty asses? And men's penises?
Well, a one man's penis.
You're a one man kind of dude.
I'm a one penis kind of guy.
If you were gay, would you have a type?
Handsome.
Like, be honest. Handsome, attractive, yeah. I think I think I would go for dudes only with money.
Hey, young dick, old dick. Hey, it's got to be the same, right? I don't know.
It's all the same. I don't care as long as they have money.
Yeah, you think like an older man's semen is like barrel aged? It might have like a more.
It's like a fine wine. It gets better with age, homie.
It tastes like sandalwood and tar.
Oh, that's disgusting. But I love it at the same time.
Yeah, just let that one soak into the old membrane.
The old noggin. How much do you know about the human body, like anatomy, like bones and stuff?
Well, I know nothing almost. Oh, you know,
so
when it comes to, I guess it's kind of compartmentalized into health and diet. I know a little bit about, the bacterias that you have in your gut and your skin, and
okay, I thought you were gonna go completely to the left with that, but that okay. You said some smart words there.
then I know about how your brain uses like electrochemical hoot and nannies to
there we go. There's that Kansas.
to spin information around your mind.
How much do you know about your bone structure?
That I have really hard, strong bones.
Hard, strong bones, huh? That's interesting. Have
I
you ever
don't.
broken it?
What are you talking about bone structure? If there's like the architecturally, what's going on?
This is a segue into a story.
Yeah, well, story it up, big bro.
All right, bro. So I had I got operated on this one twice. They cut this AC joint, and then they moved the bicep tendon. So here's where it is now, but here's where it's supposed to be up in your shoulder joint. So the bicep looks weird. Like if you look at it, you
Yeah, it
can
looks
tell
really
it's like
small.
Yeah, thank you. And then so that was last all 2019. I was recovering from a couple operations. Now I'm finally getting better with this one. And a couple weeks ago, I got dumped on this shoulder, drunk by the way, um, wrestling, and went to the hospital in the morning. Of course, the car I drove to the hospital after I Ubered back to my car. Um,
Is it
they,
manual?
they, no, it didn't have power steering.
Oh, yeah, it really sucks. I mean, you just gotta take corners going faster, and it's not too bad.
No, it was bad. It's just bad. Like anything I did, I had to keep my shit like this, and I was like, I'd be like, ooh, and I'd hit a bump, and I'd just be like, ah. Well, I get there, they basically like were like, do you have coronavirus? They like it was in the coronavirus thing. Shit started happening, and shit started getting serious. They took my temperature. They did all this other crazy stuff, which at the door though, so they weren't messing around. And then I get an X-ray. They said, hey, it's not broken. Blah blah blah. We don't know anything else. You'll have to get an MRI. Well, now I'm supposed to be moving to Charleston, South Carolina,
Mm,
and I want to buy a house when I get there or here. But now they're doing an MRI on this one, and it's looking pretty bad because there's this there's this bone sticking out. Right, you can't really see it because of the reflection, but
yeah.
it's called. It's usually what happens is like your AC joint will separate. Like if you sprain it hard enough, and you'll tear ligaments, and the joint will do this. And it looks different than what it looked like before I hit my shoulder on the ground. And I'm like, please God, let this be okay.
That
But
is disgusting.
the moral of the story is, don't get drunk and wrestle your friends.
That sounds like awful advice.
No, that's advice you should take.
Just don't get hurt. Just don't be a bitch whenever you wrestle your friends. How about that?
Uh, it's either. Have you ever like broken a bone or anything? Gotten
I
hurt real bad?
sprained my wrist a couple times. I've been pretty lucky. Like I've wrecked my dirt bike, like kind of shitty a couple times, and was lucky I didn't hurt myself. But playing sports and stuff like that, I never broke anything.
You played sports?
Yeah, I did.
Couldn't see you as the athletic type. I mean, I'm not saying you're not. Soccer, probably?
I played soccer
Chess.
when I was a little
You played
kid.
chess.
Played basketball, football, cross country, track and field.
Oh, you did track and field?
Yeah.
What events?
Well, I did a lot of events. I mostly ran the 800. That was that or the 4x800 relay. Then I'd usually do a mix between like high jump, long jump, or sometimes I'd throw the javelin. I kind of got to do whatever I wanted because I could do anything. Like I wasn't gonna win any of the events, but
Yeah.
I could definitely place in like the top, like fourth place to sixth place in most events. So that would at least get points for the. So I would be strategically placed. I would place myself in strategic events.
Yeah, you were like Mr. You were like Old Faithful here.
Yeah, like I could run and jump.
It's kind of sad, man. I never played sports when I was a kid because, whatever. I wanted to wrestle and I wanted to play football. And my mom was like, meh.
So
And then
like you're
finally, yeah, I did football workouts during the summer when I was in New Jersey. And that summer we moved to North Carolina. So I didn't
mm,
play football. I moved and I was in the middle of the school year by the time I got to North Carolina. So I didn't play football there neither. But blessing in disguise because I'm really bad at athletic things. Like if you throw something at me, my immediate response is to put my face out to catch something. Like I don't put my hand out to catch it. I reach my face out.
you're like if I
So,
just follow it with my nose, I can do whatever's required.
yeah. This thing's not exactly small, homie. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah. Well, I played little league 1 year, like the summer after my eighth grade year, and we were undefeated because our pitcher, when he was 14, he had like a beard of a fucking logger, like a woodsman. He was fucking giant. Everybody's scared to hit off him, so he would just strike everybody out.
he was basically like a 20-year-old man
Yeah,
in pitch like as a pitcher. He's throwing like 80 mile an hour fastballs.
except for he was white instead of like Dominican like they usually are in that situation. And he was actually 14.
There was this kid when I was growing up that was pretty. I was pretty. I don't know if he like that gifted, but he was very. It was very readily apparent that he could throw a very fast fastball, and
Yeah.
he played for the school team. I remember him throwing a ball at a fence, bro, and I saw the ball from I was like here's him, and I was like off to the side, and I heard the ball. You ever heard of baseball when it fucking gets thrown at like 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour?
Just like
I
the
don't know how fast this
air
kid throws
sound
it.
it makes.
When it goes past, the coolest noise it made, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh my goodness. I love a nice whooshing baseball. It really gets me going in my pants.
Yeah,
In
Jordan.
my nether regions.
Jordan. You know what your name was supposed to be? Because every parent does that, where they have they're gonna name their kid something else. Like my daughter's name was supposed to be Thomas Anthony Varga III. The hospital would not allow that to happen.
I
So
was going to be named Unwanted Spawn of Satan.
my
No,
name
that's
was
not true.
my name was supposed to be case number 1000 at Planned Parenthood, but here I am.
We ran out of punches on our card, so
Yeah, dude. To be completely honest with you, my name is supposed to be fucking Corey. That's what my mom told me. I was like, oh, neato. I'm glad I'm Thomas Jr. That's good.
yeah, names are stupid. We should all just have numbers,
My number would be 8 inches. Hey, ladies.
My number would be Tom is fucking idiot.
Tom is fucking idiot.
Oh, geez.
What kind of beer are you drinking there?
I'm drinking water.
There's no way you're sober.
It's water.
Tom is fucking idiot.
Well, I haven't been drinking alcohol today.
Not today. You want to hear a funny story about what happened yesterday to me? Or what I did yesterday?
Oh, yeah, continue.
I went with a friend. We picked up a bottle of tequila, and then we put it in a cooler. Got a bunch of mixers.
The story is gay as fuck.
Oh, just wait. We played disc golf. He taught me disc golf, and disc golf's really sick. It's hard. It's a lot of fun. Everything's par 3. You got long and your short drives, and we took the short course, and I think from what I remember, I got like +6. So I did pretty good for my first time. He was teaching me all this crazy ways you have to hold your hand, you throw the way you throw it and everything. It's sick. But anyway, I end up drinking like the half or 3/4 of a bottle of this tequila, and I was dehydrated.
Well, you think it's cool to get wasted, bro, in public? You think that's fucking cool?
No, the story gets better. I was dehydrated. I was hot. I had worked out twice that day. I probably didn't eat enough. So I drank all this tequila pretty quickly. It was about over an hour. And
I understand you're great. You're great. You drink lots of tequila. You lift weights multiple times a day.
No.
I feel like the point of this story is you to explain how great you are.
No, there's no greatness to how the story ends.
Well, then let's move it along. Let's move it along, Sparky.
I'm painting the picture.
Your picture is bullshit.
I remember Jordan, suck it. I end up in the passenger seat of my car talking to somebody, and then we're in a KFC drive-thru, and then I wake up at 12 o'clock at midnight. That's all I remember. And I was just like, how the fuck does disc golf start me waking up and it was my homie's bed, like another man's bed. I wake up and he's like next to me. He's like, I tried to wake you up. I was like, where the fuck am I? Missed calls. Oh my God.
Well, I've never played disc golf, but your description has confirmed my previous hypothesis. And
About
that is disc golf is only for gay hippies.
I'm not a gay hippie.
Yeah, well, you just ended up in some man's bed after you don't remember what happened all day on a disc golf course. Sounds like some pretty
Def-
suspect hippie activities to me.
definitely got blackout drunk, man, by mistake.
No, when I lived in Charleston, I started golfing because they had a really nice golf course on the Air Force base, and it was really cheap to rent golf carts and golf clubs. They had nice sets of clubs for cheap,
How much was a golf cart to rent?
like $19, and we'd all
That's
get our own
that's
golf carts and get wasted and just drive all over the golf course doing fucking burnouts and shit, donuts and.
not even playing golf.
Oh no, we were playing golf, but in between the holes, we were just fucking shit up because we were wasted. We walked into the golf course, and you're like, "Is it okay if we drink on the course?" And the chick looks at us. There are no rules about alcohol here. We're like, well, that's just
That's stupid to
that's
say.
giving me some intent now. Then, halfway, we never played more than 9 holes, but one time we were all had our golf carts parked like 4 in a row, like around this green. We never drove on the green, We drove on the grass, but never on the green. But one day,
that your rule?
this sergeant on the Air Force Base got out of his car and started screaming at us from the road, "Get your fucking golf carts back on the course! You're not allowed to drive on the grass!" And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what ruined this guy's day? He was upset.
Did you play golf with a lot of the people that I knew?
Oh yeah, all those like Millard used to go out there with us. Beckman, Chestnut. I think Scheller, Wilson, and Butler used to go out there with us too. All those wild and crazy
Degenerates.
fellas.
The degenerates, yeah.
The degenerates.
I'll tell you what,
Those
man.
young kids that used to have me buy beers and we'd go drive around and drink,
Yeah.
cruising across the swamps of South Carolina.
South Kakalaki, man. Mm-hmm.
Go to the Southern Belle and see some titties.
I never went to the Southern Belle. Just kidding. I went a lot.
It was a pretty fun place.
Yeah.
There's hot naked women and they had booze next door that it was cheap to drink there because you couldn't buy booze in there, but they would have tubs of ice and there was a liquor store next door. We could just buy a 30-pack of beer, for a normal price.
Yeah, those places were always packed too.
They had a shop in the back that had little nudie DVDs. You could buy some of the dancers also.
You could also buy I bought a pocket pussy from there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I got caught using it in the bathroom with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich right next to me as well. You got to have your post-game fucking therapy, dude. I'm telling you. My Aqualube, my fucking pocket pussy, my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, dude. Game on.
Back in those days, it was a fucking secret mission to jack off. Because you shared room, like 2 guys in a room, and then 4 guys shared one bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
When are you supposed to masturbate?
Some of us didn't have to masturbate. I did, but some of us didn't.
Well, the difference being you can't just bring chicks back to your barracks room unless you're, blue on blue, which was a great way to start a bunch of drama in the class,
Oh, I can't tell you some of the stuff that I did right now because I'm still in the Navy, but.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Did you fuck somebody's wife in the butt?
No, I would never do that.
Well, that sort of thing happened all the time. I remember this chick, she married a gay dude, and then she would just proposition people in the smoke pit all the time on base. Be like, hey, come back to my house and let's fuck. And she gave 11 dudes in her class chlamydia.
Oh my God.
Because they would just take turns like, hey, I'm going to go fuck her Friday night. You can fuck her on Monday.
That's gross, dude.
Yeah. She was thirsty. She wanted it. They got caught. They got booted out for defrauding the Navy.
Because she was she married someone who clearly didn't want to be married to her type thing?
Oh, yeah. They only got married so they could get a house and move out of the barracks. But they weren't very convincing. The Navy won't put up with that shit. That's illegal.
Navy won't put up with that shit.
Mm-mm. Ain't right. Ain't right at all.
I saw some crazy shit when I was there, man. Like some crazy shit.
Or like people killing themselves. Or that
I
guy that
never
cut his
saw any.
that guy that cut his wrist with a pencil sharpener. I remember when that happened. That was pretty funny.
You remember the guy who set the fire alarms off by hanging his dress blues on a sprinkler head? Were you there for that?
I
It was a day that we were like not in class or some shit.
remember fire alarms going off, but
There was a day that a guy hung his blues on the sprinkler.
oh well, that's stupid. Why would you? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
guess
that's
who it
just
was?
he probably just hung him there because he was in the laundry room or something, right?
No, guess who it was? It was in his room. Guess who it was?
Who?
The person who lives here with me.
No, really? Yeah, there's no way he was. Yeah, he just hung his blues from the sprinkler.
Yeah, dude.
Smart.
Or the time that we went to the movie theater and they had Four Locos and they were drinking them out of book. And I'm underage, so I wasn't drinking. I'm gonna disclaimer this: I was not drinking. I was DDing. I was being responsible.
Yeah, well, you were one of the few people that had a car then too.
I did. I had a car, and we used to get fucking wild in that thing. We used to drive around and fucking listen to loud ass music, go to strip club and stuff.
Yeah, I used to have you drive me to strip clubs and stuff.
Yeah, I miss those times. That was a wild time in my life, but it was fun. I remember I was with this girl and a bunch of friends, and the one that I can't tell you some of the stories about, and I told her to pull my finger, and she did. I shit myself in a Bojangles, a Bojangles Express, and I just took my underwear off and threw them away.
Dude, those biscuits will go right through you.
Them biscuits.
Bojangles biscuits.
And if you want someone to confirm this story, I'll give you their names, man. Like, because they were there, they were like, "You shit your pants at a Bojangles," and nobody would ever keep any of my antics away from my instructor.
Yeah, they always
His name was,
fucking tattle.
they always tattled. I got found. They found out that I had a fucking tongue ring, and my SLPO was like, "Come in my office," and I went in there. He's like, "Smile." I was like. And they made me take my tongue ring. I said, "You're lucky I'm sending a mask." I was like, "Probably accurate statement."
Yeah.
Probably.
You're probably right.
You're probably right. I'm not gonna lie, dude. My tongue would not go down after that. It was sick.
We had my tongue pierced before the Navy. I took it out though.
It's very painful.
Yep. Then I just never did it again because I don't know. It felt really exciting when I did it when I was 18, and then when I was 27 and I got out of the Navy, I was like, ugh, I'm not gonna put that back in.
You're 31 now, right?
Yes.
I'm good at math.
31 years young is what I like to say.
27.
27 years a
Yeah,
bitch.
dude. I feel that. I feel old, man. Like I feel old.
I don't. I feel young. I feel just as young and stupid as I did when I was 18 years old.
Really?
I just have way more things that I've done wrong, you know.
That's interesting. Because you now have the ability to know what you're doing is stupid.
Yeah, I
Let's
know.
talk about that.
Well, I do this so nobody else has to. You know, I'm the voice of reason. This is actually in preparation for my inevitable run for Congress in the future, just because I know how things work and I could fix everything because I'm smarter than everybody.
That's what you think? That's how you feel? Honestly?
No, it's all about teamwork. I was just kidding about that stuff, but I feel like I have way more sense than any single person involved in politics right now in the public eye. I have yet to see somebody that is like 100% of the time like me, cool, calm, and collected.
I think I know a way to get you out of your element so that you're not cool, calm, and collected. And I think I figured it out already.
How's that?
Hey man, how as I don't want to do it. I don't want to take it there because I have there's a respect thing right there that I have it too. I have sisters. So I get
Well, that's a
it.
interesting comment.
That's all I'm saying is I know how to get to you.
No, you don't. See, here's how I've wrapped this all up in my head. So it's inevitable that people are going to be attracted to the other members of my family because we're all beautiful. I have exceptional genetics. So do
Okay,
all
okay.
the women and folk in all the women folk in my family have exceptional genetics. You know, it's just it's a fact of life. And you, I'm just giving you this advice if you want to, you know, not be a vain pig and like
A vain pig.
and just care about me because of my personality, not like I'm a piece of meat.
So this isn't a quote that I know who said it, but I live by this now. This is like my code is you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. And I really like your energy with that. Because I feel like you legitimately believe that you are beautiful. Like I'm Jordan Gold and I'm a fucking stud. I feel like you believe that, and if you think it, it's got to be true. You know what I'm saying?
Well, how else are you supposed to be a man? You know.
It's hard these days, man. If you think about it, it's crazy. There's so many ways that like people can just be shitty to each other, and then me and you as men are responsible to not be pricks, like to just exist and to be nice and gentle and fit the mold. Like, nah, fuck that, dude. I'm a fucking beast. It's that type of shit.
I'm a
I
wild
feel
man.
I am a wild man though. Like this. Like
Hey man, uh, I was once a member. You are currently a member of the world's most powerful navy. You know, that's pretty wild, right?
yeah, but that shit that's just a job to me.
Yeah, it
I
is.
enjoy it, but it's a job. It's
It's
not
more
my
than a job.
identity.
It's a little bit more than
It
that.
it becomes your life when you're on the boat. When you're on a boat, or like when you're on a ship, it becomes your life. But right now, it's just something I go to work, put my clothes on, shave my face, see the same people every day, do the same shit.
I
It's the
had a
same thing as
call.
you, though.
I had a call to the sea. You know, it was in my blood to sail the seas. You know.
My God, dude. How many deployments did you go on? You went on a couple.
Actually, quite a few. Uh,
Really?
yeah, it was crazy because I went to the shipyard twice, but I still traveled about 120,000 miles in that submarine, and
What was it? The Jefferson City,
the USS Oklahoma City,
Oklahoma. Oh, that
SSN 723. The sooner the better. Hashtag
I haven't
TSTB.
I haven't heard many good things about that place.
It's a place where you are forged in Satan's fire.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's an old boat too. That's a what? That's a first flight.
I believed it was. I can't remember. 1984 is like the date for that. I can't remember if
So
that was
La
when it was
Jolla
commissioned
is
or.
701, and that was 1981, October 28th, I think. No, don't quote me on that, but it was 1980 or 1981. Like they're old.
Yeah.
But imagine this. Imagine you're saying this. I sailed on a ship that was 20 years senior to your boat.
Yeah.
That is the Navy just loves to use it, bro. Ride it out till it can't be ridden anymore.
Well, I wish they would do that with more of their shit because that's how it should be. You should use your stuff for as long as possible.
I think that's something that goes underwater that much, and you're really really hoping to God that all these penetrations to the sea don't just give out and kill everybody. I think after like 30 years, you probably should just retire.
Oh,
It's,
dude, it's a science experiment too. There's
bro, I
every
know,
single
but
day there's a submarine. There's like pages and pages of data that's being collected for how to make it better in the next flight of submarines. You know, they're on like a 50-year cycle. Big picture.
no, they're but they've had some that they've had to retire early. They've had some that lasted
Yeah,
longer.
there's outliers.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested. I do not like my job. I don't care to go underway. I don't like it. It's not for me. but I am very interested
well,
in how the Navy does business.
Well, you got to think of going underway as you're going to war. Like when you're underway, every
No,
single day
absolutely.
is war. You
It's your
know,
job.
but
Yeah, and
I can't imagine the people that have done that for 25 years to never actually get to like murder thousands of people with missiles and torpedoes. Like just think,
torpedoes.
every night you're just for 25 years just laying in your rack on the submarine, just stroking your dick, just thinking about launching a tomahawk or a torpedo and just murdering hundreds of the enemy, you know, and then you never get to do it.
Yeah, well, if that becomes your purpose, then you got some other shit going on.
Oh yeah.
When I'm underway, my purpose was, get qualified.
Well, add
You know what I'm
15
talking about.
years of that and being on a submarine, especially a lot of those guys in Guam on fast attacks. Dude, you're at sea all the time. You're just at sea. Even if you have a shore duty at squadron, you're going to go to sea a few times a year, and it should be almost none.
That's interesting.
Well, was like I think my first year in Guam, like 17 people threatened to commit suicide at our command if they didn't get to go to a new command.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It was a rough time, but you know, I made it. I'm better now because of it.
Would you call it forged by the fire or something like that?
Yeah, sure. I just called him what I did, you know. And then there's what I'm going to do.
How do you feel? You said you regret nothing, though. Like, I remember you say that.
Oh, well, I don't like to think of it as regret. I like to think of it as if there's ever a negative decision I've made, hopefully I can learn from it and not do it again. You know, if it was bad. I don't like to give any time to the word regret. The whole word is negative. I have no use for it, you know.
I have regrets, though. Like, I disagree with you entirely. I have regrets.
Oh, well. Regretting something is a waste of time, if you ask me.
It's a perfect word to describe how I feel about certain situations. I guess wishing and wanting to not have made this decision or, pursued something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what I always called well-wishers and hopesters?
What?
Slack-jawed faggots.
Oh my God. You really like that word. You really like that
Yeah, it's a
that
good one.
slack job word.
It rolls off the tongue.
You know what else rolls off the tongue?
What's that?
This commercial break. Coca-Cola, if you're watching.
No, don't. We're going to get a cease and desist. We have actual sponsors. Shadestays.com. Keeps the glasses on your hat, dingus.
Who else?
Swordandmine.com. Go shoot some badass guns in the desert if you're in the Phoenix area. You will not regret it. There's literally nothing bad about the whole experience. It's 100% a good time. Yeah.
What time is it where you're at?
7:12 p.m.
So me?
April 12th, year of our Lord, 2020.
And it's 10:12 on the 12th.
It's Easter Sunday. This is a Easter Sunday special edition podcast. I bet.
That's interesting. I forgot about that.
Dude, the Lord rose on this day like a couple thousand years ago or something. I don't know.
How pissed do you think the Lord was? He's like, I'm fucking tired, guys.
He's like, hey,
I'm tired.
Okay, I get it. You got to crucify me, but can you at least cart the cross up a hill with a donkey or something? Like, help me out here.
He had to carry that bitch?
Yeah, man. He had to drag that old rugged cross right up that hill.
And then get a cool crown.
The crown of thorns. Hey, man, this is not something you joke about. The Lord died for you, man. He died so you can continue to do all the bad things he said not to do, but then just apologize for it on a somewhat regular basis and not have to have a guilty conscience.
It's funny. The this is not what this podcast is not for people to come and feel safe or like feel like, you know what I'm saying? That they're gonna hear something it's always gonna be wholesome. Like
They're gonna hear the truth
they're gonna hear
and
the truth,
reconciliation.
or they're gonna hear two dudes being bored talking shit, eating food,
Isn't that
drinking
what?
beer.
Isn't that what most talk shows are?
If you think about it, yeah, it's just a bunch of bored people with money.
Yeah, I don't have money. I'm bored. I can talk.
I'm not rich.
Yeah, then we just have to do this, and then we get rich. It's like the business model plan in the South Park episode of the Underpants Gnomes.
Yeah.
Step 1, steal underpants. Step 2, Step 3, profit. Yeah,
I
but
don't
what's
think-
Step 2? Hey guys, what's Step 2?
I don't think we're gonna get rich from this, and I'm all right with that.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get rich in character from this.
Rich in character, rich in friendship.
We're gonna enrich our character through our friendship via online. This is a Corona friendship strengthening video.
If you're basing your character building on our friendship, you're fucked.
Well, it's just a component, you know, just like a compartment of my.
You remember what happened the last time I saw you in person?
We went to one of your band's shows and had a great time.
It was a long time ago. No, we kind of told a little bit of the story. That fucking bartender
Yeah,
shows
no.
her tits. Why?
Yeah,
What
I was being
why
good.
are you
I had,
doing this?
I had a girlfriend at the time, and I turned down so many advances, especially when we were punching that little punching bag machine, and I was drunk as shit, and I wound up and punched it, and I almost fell down and punched this old lady in the face. I was sitting in the back of the room because they were having a cancer benefit for your show, right?
Choline, I wish I remembered the name of the disease. It was a cool thing.
Yeah, it
that
was a
they
good.
did.
I donated some money. I got drunk.
Oh, did you?
I
Yeah.
almost punched that old lady on accident because I wanted to punch the punching machine, and I'm a fucking idiot.
Bro, I was with my buddy, and we were in Norfolk. We met up with these three lovely ladies, and we decided to do the punching machine. And I tried to kick it, and I completely slipped, man. And I think he has it on video. Like I left my feet, man, on my knee. Boom! And I tried to get up like tough guy, like it didn't hurt. I couldn't even hide it, bro. I was hobbling the rest of the night. Oh god.
Mm.
Of course, they all saw it. So they're like, "Wow, this guy's a fucking idiot."
Yeah, when I was like 19, sometimes I'd hang around some older people, or all the time I'd hang around older people, and then whenever they would take me to a party with their older friends, some of them would be actually responsible adults, and I'd be like 19 years old just shotgunning beers. Or I was at a wedding party one time and just went outside and shotgunned a beer, and this chick got mad at me because I like spilled some of it. She's like, I can't believe you shotgun that beer. Why don't you just drink it like a normal fucking human being? You're out here getting drunk, shotgunning beers, and then I was like, yeah, fuck you guys, you're lame. So then I went and got another beer out of like my friend's truck, and we drank it, and then I hucked the beer bottle across the parking lot, and somebody called security on me. And when we went back into the wedding, security stopped us. They're like, hey, you're outside throwing beer bottles in the parking lot. And my friends were like, Jordan, you goddamn retard. And they just walked away. And I stared right at the hotel manager, and I was like, I didn't throw any beer bottle. I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, no, we saw you throw a beer bottle. I was like, wasn't me. Oh, man. I was so drunk. That was stupid.
You want to know the last time I shotgunned a beer? Like last time, legit. It's been a while. In about 5 minutes. Let's do it.
I don't have any beers to shotgun right now.
Oh, it's about that. I have Coronas.
I think my roommates have some White Claws in the fridge, but I'm not going to shotgun one of those.
You should.
Ew.
You should shotgun a fucking Corona for the Easter Sunday stream, bro. Easter Sunday, we shotgun Coronas
Oh, we're
and
gonna-
White Claws.
Shotgun some beers so it can remind me just how much I hate Jesus.
Are you agnostic or are you just whatever.
I guess agnostic would be a pretty accurate. I think the whole concept of how the universe was created and where we came from is a huge, uh, you know, eternity long process that is beyond my comprehension because
It's a
I'm a
debacle.
stupid ape monkey that still poops in fresh water. You know, we use
You don't have Titan thumbs yet for your fucking super texting machine and a fucking.
yeah.
Oh man.
That's what I think. That's my couple cents worth. That's a nice china. I love it when you touch your china in front of me. Yeah, flick that china.
I'm going through these weird life cycles. Like I get so into video games, and then like I'll just lose the complete and utter like I have like the stain for it almost. I'm like, shit's such a waste of time. And then I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna play some Overwatch. 5 hours later, I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm kind of just like, I don't know, man. Video games are so much fun and they save so much money, but then again, you don't get shit done.
Yeah, how much of it is like playing and how much of it is hypnotizing, you know?
It's both. And it's a very good mixture of both. It's a distraction from your fucking shitty emotions. And it's like you're not fucking spending money.
Do you ever wish you just had like an adult-sized jungle gym or like Ninja Warrior course outside your house? Just to like
Dude, that'd be sick.
yeah. If I just had like an archery range like right outside, you know?
If I could have a disc golf course,
Yeah,
but
look
no
at that, the
tequila.
disc golf course.
Disc golf, yeah.
Oh, wrap my disc in a basket.
It's so much fun. You got to try it. Have you ever tried it?
No, I bet it's real fun. This is one of the things I've never done. There's just too many things to do, you know?
I gave it the old college try. Had a blast. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Hmm.
We'll say not for everybody. You have to really try. You have to give it an honest effort because if not, you're wasting your fucking time when you're throwing frisbees.
Yeah, because some of those baskets are, 40, 50 yards away, aren't they?
No, they're it's like 300-400 feet.
Oh, okay.
It's still very far. Like you look at it from the fucking
That is
the
30,
tee.
300 feet is 30 yards, isn't it?
No.
I was close to that.
Yeah, no, you're right. 3 feet is a yard. Wait, let's look. Why are we having to Google the? Because I'm going to now because I feel like an idiot.
I'm going to go get something to drink.
How many feet? All right, I'll talk to the people. All right, Jordan, you have fun. Okay, so it says here that there are 3 feet in 1 yard, and then a meter to feet, or I guess feet to meter would be the better conversion. 3 feet, 3.37 inches. So a meter is definitely longer than a yard. Why do we have these different systems for measuring everything? I just don't get it, guys. I just don't get it. So yeah, the disc golf. The other day was crazy. Actually, yesterday was craziness. I woke up, didn't know how the fuck I got there. Pandemonium, in fact. And I apparently told a bunch of people I wanted to hang out. I don't remember that, but it's fine. It's whatever. Here we are, podcasting with Jordan. Before this, I ate a salad. I didn't work out today neither, so I figured I'd eat a little healthy. Had some Easter breakfast. That was poop. This coronavirus stuff is boring. They closed everything. Like, everything. You can get food. Been ordering lots of things off DoorDash. The people are weird. Like, you say leave on doorstep, and then they knock on the door, and they sit there and wait for you to come to the doorstep, and then they'll see you opening the door, and then they'll leave. Like, just leave it on the doorstep. I got it. You're trying to be careful, but I'm still going to tip you. You're providing a really good service for me. I don't know. I was so bored the other day. I was like, I wonder what door dashing's like. I was like, oh, I could do that. I think I'd go a little crazy because you probably don't make any money. And I'm in all this for the money. I picked up a vape because I'm trying to quit smoking. That's interesting. Realistically, all it does is put you in a shitty feedback loop where you vape and then you want cigarettes again. So then you smoke a cigarette and then you vape. And now you're just inhaling more nicotine. You're taking in more bullshit. 2 different mechanisms to kill yourself. It's crazy. I bet you he's probably going to be very impressed that I've been talking to myself since he's been gone. Oh, what do you got there? What do we have here, Jordan? So if I told you that I've been talking this whole time, would you believe me?
Sure.
I've been talking this whole time.
I'm sure it was riveting, intelligent conversation.
Nah, I told him about what I ate, what I did today, how it was poopy, how I feel like shit.
Well, why do you feel like shit?
Because I got blackout drunk yesterday.
Oh. Well, didn't you expect that?
No. I didn't expect to get blackout drunk.
Usually I stop drinking before I black out.
I'm pretty sure I've seen you black out, though. I could be
I've
wrong.
never blacked out just from drinking.
Really?
Yep. I have blacked out before. Wasn't because of booze, though.
What was it? You got a story for us, brother?
Oh, geez, Louise. Well, there was a dark time in my life when I was about 19 years old living in Phoenix, and I had this neighbor named Heroin Rob. Never did. I never did any heroin, but he also sold a bunch of Xanax, and I was like, oh, what's this do? And then, you lose track of a few days, and you're like, oh, I'm never touching this again.
You lose track of a few days?
Yeah, man, I'll just wake up places. I'm like, oh, how did it get here? I don't know
what? So you literally drink a beer, have a Xanax, and not know how the fuck you got somewhere type thing?
Yeah. I'll just wake up places.
What's the weirdest place you woke up?
One time I was... well, it wasn't normally I would wake up weird places. It just say all the previous things that happened. Like I wouldn't remember. I'd talk to people. I'd meet people like the next day. Like going back, we had like a few houses I used to party in a lot in like the Tempe area. And I remember one time I went over to this house like a couple days after there was a party there. And I was talking to these people. They're like, hey, nice to see you again. I'm like, oh, what's your names again? They're like, dude, we talked for like 2 hours the other night. And it was like these 3 people. I was like, I've never met you people in my entire life. I have no idea who you are. And they seemed really hurt that I didn't remember them. Because apparently we had like a long conversation.
Oh my God.
I remember,
so you're a gentle creature on Xanax and booze.
I usually go after, anything that moves when I'm on Xanax.
Really? You could have had sex with a man and you would have no idea.
You're right. That's definitely a possibility.
So imagine you have no fucking idea, but you actually like dick. You have no idea.
No, I'm pretty sure that I don't.
How are you pretty sure if you've never had it?
Oh, it's just one of those things you just know, Me liking dick is much like Christians believing in Jesus. Like you have to know
it's just
it.
faith. It's just faith,
You're like, oh, I just dream of that hot, juicy cock. I don't have that in me. I don't have.
Do you wish you had it in you? Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah. What are you eating there?
Oh, I'm texting a young lady,
Oh, I
asking her.
see.
I'm actually asking about baths. So um, I've been getting into taking baths recently using Epsom salt, and
I hear that's nice.
it's very, dude. It's so good on the joints, but I can't stay in the fucking bath longer than 10 minutes, like 5-10 minutes, and then I just get bored or I sweat, and I feel like I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I just have a shower right now, but it has like a nice little spot to sit down so you can like sit down and fuck in it, you know? But there's no
Have you
bath.
done it? Have you done that yet?
Yes. Yes,
What
I
was his
have.
name?
Of course I have. Why wouldn't I have had sex in my own shower yet?
No, I didn't know you had a girlfriend.
I don't have a girlfriend.
Oh, good.
You can have sex with girls that aren't your girlfriend, dingus.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, I guess if you're beholden to some moral code that I don't find reasonable, uh, maybe you wouldn't know that. But
No, actually, very recently there was a woman that I found very amazing that I was pursuing, and she ghosted me. It hurts so
oh
bad. I was like,
no.
right here, she got me, and she has my fucking T-shirt. She has my fucking Guitar Center drum off T-shirt that I got because I won the store thing.
Man, that's why you never give chicks your shirts, you know. I lost some good
Bro,
shirts that way when I was a younger person.
you're still young.
You're right, but when I was younger than I am now.
I'll
Like,
tell you what, it's okay. We learn from these situations.
hmm.
Hmm.
Like somebody said that before.
I think it was you.
Hey, say a lot of things, young man.
What are you drinking? Tell the audience.
I'm drinking a nice bourbon,
A nice bourbon.
a nice
What kind of
Buffalo Trace.
a nice Buffalo Trace? What kind of ice cubes?
The kind that are made out of water, you fucking moron.
You're not using those fucking circle ones, the ball?
No, those are cool, but so I've had those before where you fill them with, you clap them in half and then have like a little thing in the top where you can fill it with water and plug it. But then whenever you try to like pull it in half to get the ice cube out, the plastic tabs on the fucking balls like break off after like the second time you use them. So then it becomes this elaborate trying to use a knife to like wedge the ball in half so you can like crack it open and get the ice cube out.
Dude, that's too much.
And you develop a way for like freezing them so there's like an air bubble and then getting like a good, you know, wedge to wedge them apart. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I'd rather just use normal ice cubes, but that are
I'm
just.
looking at I'm looking at our stream right now. One watching, and it's me.
Ooh, we got one watching. You know, we'll pick up
I,
some
I
stragglers.
No, that's what I'm saying is I find this very fascinating and it's very exciting is that we can do this and get nobody to watch and I'm still having a great fucking time. And then they can see it. Eventually we'll have people watch it.
Yeah, then we'll have sponsors. See, here's the problem is that we're not influential people yet, you know. But once we get enough of our ideas out, people are like, oh, these guys are pretty influential.
I have some crazy ideas.
Okay. Try this one on for size. It's initial response. How would you fix the current public education system? How do you think we should have kids learn?
Um hmm. That's interesting because when I went to school, a lot of my learning was hindered because of what was going on around me.
there's
Just
a
just
there's a
from
big factor right there. What's going on at home?
Yeah, and I think it's because, well, not even that. Bullying was huge too. It's like it was hard to get anything done when you were just like the environments were so shitty. Um, I haven't thought much about that.
Well, yeah. So think when I was a kid, uh, how the other students treated me aside, like just the subject matter of learning. It was 100% dependent on the teacher and if they gave a shit, if they're like, oh, I'm molding the minds of this youth, or am I just babysitting a bunch of shitty brats because their parents all work, you know?
You were absolutely correct.
But if there's a
Teachers,
way that we could have the majority of kids, like younger life, be just like playing and being creative and, you know, teaching them how to read and like do math and stuff like that at like short intervals, but not just putting them in a mind-numbing classroom for 8 hours a day for them. Oh my God, kids can't sit still. They gotta always just talking like they have a mouthful of shit. Who knows what's going on in their fucking kid heads. Just let them be happy. Don't torture them already with being encumbered by yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, do you remember the lessons and shit you learned when you were in like first through eighth grade?
No.
Yeah, then once they get to high school, it'll be like, okay, what are you interested in? Here's an aptitude test of some sort or a skills examination. So you can utilize people's strengths and help them feel more a part of society versus I feel like I have to go to college or I have to join the military or I feel like I have to join the military because that's the only way I'll ever be able to afford college.
Right. Some
'Cause
of us
college,
college is not for me, man.
yeah, it's really interesting being a sophomore undergrad in college when I'm 31 and pretty much all
Yeah.
my peers are 19, 20 years old, and
And they're
it's
just as mature as you are.
it's really like through the looking glass, because like I'm still young and I can still communicate with them, they don't completely like view me as like some old man, but sometimes I treat them like they're children just because I can't help the way they talk and the way they present their ideas. When I was 19 years old, I was fucking retarded, like it's, it's just something you can't help. Your brain's not all the way formed yet. And it's important to have patience because it's really hard to teach somebody or learn yourself if you're not, paying attention to what they're saying and actually offering a legitimate response versus, oh, you're just a young person, you don't fucking know.
Somebody might have some fucking brilliant idea that you didn't think of, brother.
Yeah, and that's why I don't want to dismiss them because they're young, just because of certain aspects. I'm like, oh, that's so young and stupid, but it's exactly the way I thought when I was their age. But that, just like you said, that doesn't stop them from being able to have brilliant ideas.
I just think that so many younger people are all so worried about what college they think college is supposed to. I have no idea what it would be like because I'm supposed to go to school right now online. I don't even know what it's supposed to be like. I think they think all I'm gonna do is party, blah blah blah. And we're gonna have fucking sexual intercourse with each other's penises and vaginas.
Well, I'm going to college because I'm legitimately interested in bettering myself academically. You know,
What's your course of study?
electrical engineering.
Oh
So,
hell no!
well, I wanted to do something that was hard. I didn't want to go to college and just, oh, I want to be a journalist. And I'm just going to write my thought. I'm not talking bad about any journalists, but
Right.
I feel like I should have a requisite knowledge of how, complex mathematics work and the physics and how the universe works. And, then after I get my undergrad in engineering, then I can perhaps spread into something more creative and more what I would like to do. And I've worked in technology for the last 11 years of my life or so, whether it be the Navy nuclear power program or that small period of time that I was employed by that eccentric South African. But I was learning stuff the whole time I was there, in both
Right.
places. Because that's just the kind of guy I am.
That's just the kind of guy you think you is, but you don't know what you are. Just imagine this, man. 5 years from now, you're going to be a completely different person than you are right now. 5 years from then, you're going to be a completely different person than you are
You're
five
right,
years from
because
now.
I'm growing. I'm growing as a human being.
I am growing. You are growing. But together, we might still talk like this 5 years from now. I believe that in my heart that we'll still keep in touch because
I
we're going to
don't
be
think
best
so.
friends. I do.
Of course. We've kept in touch for this long.
And it's been off and on. Let's be honest. We haven't. It's not. consistent, but it's always like, hey, what's up, blah blah blah. I think in 5 years, I might be a docile, normal human being. Chances are not going to happen. I might be dead. The way I live my life, I'll probably be dead in 3 years. But
Yeah, we could all be dead in 10 days, man.
we could all
Who
be,
the
yeah, I
fuck
could,
knows?
yeah, who the fuck
Let's,
knows? That's
let's
why I'm
not
saying
let's not be
this.
wrapped up in mortality. You know,
Well, I'm,
you know what you have done for most of time is not be alive.
but I'm afraid of that. It's not,
I don't know why.
not,
I
I'm
welcome.
afraid.
I can't wait to die. Holy shit! I want to pay rent anymore. I want to go to. I want to like be so handsome and charming all the time and be interesting.
What?
You know, just like keeping up this facade of happiness and just enjoyment. Oh man, being dead is just gonna be the tits. It's gonna be top shelf titties being dead.
It's going to be easy.
You know, and so I would never kill myself. So because I think life is this weird kind of thing that you get to do. Uh, who knows how many
One
times?
time.
But
One time. I believe one time.
I'm definitely here doing it right now, and I'm just gonna do it how I see fit, and then I'm gonna die, and then a billion years from now, the sun is gonna burn out, and humans are probably gonna still be fighting about Jesus and Muhammad and Democratic Republican and things that don't really fucking matter until an asteroid just hits the planet and destroys the human race. Instead of,
By that point, we'll be on Mars.
well, here's the thing. There's going to be a certain portion of the human race is going to be on Mars. Because I think that just the technologists and the scientists and the academics and the true adventurers are going to have to leave behind the timid and superstitious, you know?
The timid to the religious types. And I think they're even the religious types that faith only goes so far before your fear will set in. Faith and fear go hand in hand.
Well,
And then go ahead, I'm sorry.
no, I'm sorry. I cut you
No,
off.
it's good. I was just going on the a thought about faith and fear is how fear and faith are almost identical things if you think about them. It's perspective that changes what faith and fear actually are.
Yeah, man. So when I was a young child and I found out like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny weren't real, I was really conflicted because I was super gullible when I was a kid. If my parents told me something like, "Oh, why wouldn't my parents lie to me? They're my parents. Of course, they're always going to tell me the truth." And so then when I was a young kid and I found out, Santa Claus and all that shit wasn't real, I came to realization like, oh, all adults are just full of shit. You know, and like from a young age, I made the decision that, everybody's full of shit because they're just lying to themselves.
You think?
I remember being a young kid in the barbershop with my mom, and I was like sitting on this little kid like spaceship thing that spins around, like an office chair, but it was like you little kid sit on it. I was waiting for my turn to get my hair cut. My mom's sitting in there, a couple other old farmer guys and old barber Bob, And I remember sitting there. I was probably like 5 years old, and I just look at my mom. Mom, where does God come from? And then everybody in the barbershop's just laughing, and my mom's like, "Shh, just be quiet. We'll talk about it later," And then I just like went on about my day. But then I remember that day, and I've had this thought for a long time. Just why does everybody still believe this? This is clearly something somebody just made up to like keep you in line. But yeah, but I didn't fully like disregard faith in Christianity till I was about 16. When I was like 16, I played guitar in my church band, and then the straw that broke the camel's back was I played guitar in the church band. Like we played this rock and roll song at like this adult Valentine's Day church sermon thing. Some of the old people came up to me afterwards and said they didn't like rock and roll music, and I was like, okay, well, I guess church is just stupid then. These people don't know how to have fun. And
something so simple made you realize something so big in the grand scheme of things, man. That's amazing.
yeah, man, like you should be appreciative that I'm a youth that's involved in your community, but instead you're just gonna, I don't like the way you're playing music. The song was about Jesus. Who gives a fuck what it sounds like, you know?
It was about Jesus.
No, it was like a rock and roll song about
Yeah,
loving
Jordan,
Jesus.
show us the Jesus fucking Jesus blast, Tommy. Ah, ah, ah.
Ooh.
Um, what really did it for me was actually me in my adult life, because I've always been like real confused about religion and what I believe, because I'm afraid to die.
Mm.
When I was a kid, I had bulimia, and I almost put myself under because of it. And that's what this tattoo is. Um, so anyway, I went to church a couple times randomly with like an ex-girlfriend, and I was like, this is cool. I like these people. And I really tried to, close my eyes and really tried to feel it. I was like, oh, let me feel the spirit. Let me feel the fucking spirit. And I was just like, really, like, I was trying so hard, and I didn't feel shit. I closed my eyes and like,
Well, here, you know how to feel the spirit in church? It's easy. You have to sing your fucking heart out during all the songs, because if you sing real hard, you start to get a lack of oxygen to the brain and you start to feel high.
mm-hmm.
That's how you do it. That's how you feel salvation.
But that's powerful, though. That is powerful.
No, it
that's,
is.
That
It's
propaganda.
it's a fucking natural thing that happens to your body when you exert air out of your lungs. You know?
Yeah. Like when I'm singing on my dashboard for 3 minutes straight, fucking.
Oh, dude.
So far away.
Dude, I sing all the songs all the time when I'm driving my car, when I'm in the shower. Dude, if you don't sing randomly throughout your day, I think your soul is dead.
Your soul is fucked, and I think everybody should do it. You should force yourself to do it tomorrow.
Dude, even if you're bad, just sing, you know? It's cathartic.
Oh, no. Yeah, and it's I record myself doing harmonies with Aaron Lewis of Stained.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, dude. My voice is terrible. But
well, it's not going to get better with that attitude.
No, yeah, you got to practice, man. You got to practice. You're going to get me started you're going to get me started down a rabbit hole about karaoke. You don't want to go down, my friend.
Dude, you put headphones on, you sing into a microphone along the songs, and you do it until you can hear yourself be in tune. Like, that's probably the fastest way.
Let me get back on this, where I realized that I don't want to say God is bullshit. I don't want to ever say that, because
has a nice ring to it.
But for me, that God is bullshit. For me personally, I'll say that. I had a friend who gave me a heart-to-heart about. He's like, yeah, I don't see a problem with your mom being gay, and I was like, I'm listening. You got me. This is the woman that raised me, pretty much by herself. Sacrificed all this shit for me, loved me, whatever. However she felt that she needed to love me and teach me how to grow as a man, whatever. I was raised by women, but my mom is a gay woman, and she lost her job because I broke my leg, all this other shit. So I view her in high regard. And he's like, yeah, dude, I love your mom, man. She's gay, and it's by choice. And as long as she's gay, she's not going to go to heaven. You know. And I was just like, and I just looked at him. I was like, I was drunk. I was like, God is not real, brother. God is not real, and you cannot tell me that he's brother. That's not, my mom is going to go wherever the fuck she wants to go. Fuck you. I don't believe in it. I don't believe my mom's a good person. She's always been a good person.
How counterintuitive to like a religious doctrine. Like, hey, only certain people can put things in certain people's holes. Okay, let's just get that out of the way right now.
Listen, you might like sucking dick. Okay, you might like booty hole.
But I know you might feel attraction to other people and have these desires to hump them, but that's evil. That's the devil just getting his hand on your penis. What if that was like the worst sin ever? I'd have gone to hell by the time I was 9. You get to the pearly gates, you know, they're like doing your judgment, and they're just like going over every single time you jerked off. Like they're just showing you from start to finish every time in your entire life you jerked off.
You have to watch yourself come.
God is just looking at you like, so you're proud of yourself with what you did?
You really think that time when you were in Target was necessary, brother?
Hey, I created an existence in this beautiful universe for you to exist in, and you just want to stroke your penis till it juices.
You just want to masturbate your penis all the goddamn time. Is God really
That's all you
Southern?
want
Who
to do.
knows?
You just fantasize about hot young women constantly and just tug on your dick all the time.
You're thinking about animals here, brother. This
but-
time you were thinking about animals? Really?
But God, you made me this way.
All right, come on in. Come on in, son.
But if you made me, then
And
you
then
must
you get
like
it. You
me
get into
thinking about
heaven.
this.
You get into heaven. You realize it's just everyone's poly. There's no gender, and there is no religion. God's like, oh, it's all bullshit. I'm just some dude.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
And
party.
the only thing about God is like if you blow him, it gives you temporary superpowers or something, you know? So when you're in heaven, like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go blow God later so I can go fly around mountains as like a ghost spirit later.
A ghost. You know what I wish I could do, man? Is fly. I wish I could just fucking do this. I could just fucking and just take off, man. Could you imagine?
You've seen a lot of hero movies, huh?
No. It's my friend. Let me go get a drink real quick. You got to talk to the people now. Let me go get some
You
water.
get a drink.
Yeah, brother.
Oh yeah, brother. Okay,
Brother.
well, Tommy's gone. Guess what, everybody? I had the privilege today of pulling a book off my shelf called Brave New World, and it's the second edition that has the foreword added in 1947 by Aldous Huxley. The book was originally written in 1931, but I want to read you some of this. Chronic remorse, as all the moralists are agreed, is a most undesirable sentiment. If you have behaved badly, repent. Make what amends you can address. Excuse me. Make what amends you can. Make what amends you can, and address yourself to the task of behaving better next time. Ooh, what a juicy sentence that was. On no account brood over your wrongdoing. Rolling in the muck is not the best way of getting clean. That's only the first couple sentences, folks. Those are juicy. Art also has its morality, and many of the rules of this morality are the same as, or at least analogous to, the rules of ordinary ethics. Remorse, for example, is as undesirable in relation to our bad art as it is in relation to our bad behavior. The badness should be hunted out, acknowledged, and, if possible, avoided in the future. To pore over the literary shortcomings of 20 years ago, to attempt to patch a faulty work into perfection and missed at its first execution, to spend one's middle age in trying to mend the artistic sins committed and bequeathed by that different person who was oneself in youth, all this is surely vain and futile. And that is why this brave new world is the same as the old one. Its defects as a work of art are considerable, but in order to correct them, I should have to rewrite the book. And in the process of rewriting, as an older, other person, I should probably be rid not only of some of the faults of the story, but also of such merits as it originally possessed. And so, resisting the temptation to wallow in artistic remorse, I prefer to leave both well and ill alone, and to think about something else. That's just a little bit to begin with. Oh, Tommy's still not back. Why didn't you say? We keep on going. Oh no, here he is. We're back. Yeah, get it. Brave New World, Aldous Huxley. Read the book. It's fucking fantastic.
And I feel like I can face the day. Hey, what's up, brother? Welcome back.
You just missed out. I just read some story to our.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice. What was the premise?
It was a foreword. It was about
Oh, that's
two
you were telling me
paragraphs
about
of the
before
foreword to Brave New World.
Okay, you were telling me before the stream, yeah.
I'm going to read you one sentence from it.
Okay.
On no account brood over your wrongdoing. Rolling in the muck is not the best way of getting clean.
I really, really resonate with that, especially because we just talked about no regrets. That's literally what that means.
Hashtag no regrets.
Hashtag no regrets.
But dude, the foreword he added in 1947 is 14 pages long, and it's fucking brilliant. And then also the rest of the novel is brilliant. But, man, just read it. Hey, everybody, just read some books. You got plenty of time. You're at home stuck in the coronavirus.
I mean, why aren't you at least like investing in the fucking stock market, reading about that? If you're going to be spending your fucking money on
Oh, dude,
Amazon,
don't invest
instead of
yet.
that,
Wait a
no, hold
couple.
on. Let me tell these people. You missed a really good dip because I caught a good dip. Starbucks is back up to like $75, and I caught it when it was like 60. It's insane.
Noise.
You need to catch a dip, but you also need to read. You should be reading about making money. Real estate is going to be huge. Carnival, Delta Airlines is going to be fucking massive. And this isn't what this shit's about. This podcast. This is just what I've been doing. Took $500 and I took a chance. It's not a really big chance. Like you're not going to lose that much money.
Spend money, make money.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just like I'm sitting here like looking on Amazon, looking at ways to spend money on shit I don't need. I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy fake nose rings. Why not just take $20 and put it into TD Ameritrade?
Yeah.
So now
some
when I get
cryptocurrency.
impulsive, right? Cryptocurrency's cool too. I just don't. There's a lot of shit I don't understand yet that I'm still trying to figure out.
What do you want to know, big boy?
I need to figure out how to literally move money in the stock market, like set alerts so when things get to a certain price, like it's just
You
a
have an
lot of
E-Trade
shit.
account?
I have a TD Ameritrade and I have a Robinhood and I also have Digit.
Well, you have all the things you need to do exactly what you just said then.
It's just setting it up's hard. Do you do stocks at all?
A wee bit on E-Trade. The only stocks I own right now are Tesla and Aurora Cannabis.
Because I remember you worked for. Oh, cannabis is cool too. Yeah.
Yeah, Aurora Cannabis is super down right now. As long as they can survive, they have the infrastructure to really ramp up and provide the world all the weed it needs if federal laws in America, especially, are done away with. But they may have set up their infrastructure too soon. That's a big problem with that company is like they're on this very, very, like their share price is way down to like less than $1 right now. And they're just trying to keep as much cash in the boat as they can, you know? Well, from what I read in articles and shit. But that was like the cannabis company I was looking at.
How much is Tesla for a share right now? Do you know?
I have no idea.
They gave you some in the company, right?
Well, I bought some while I worked there at a discount, and I received some. So when I got fired, I actually lost about 80% of my performance award stocks because I got this one. I got almost like 200 shares when the stock price was down at like $300 for just working real hard and doing a bunch of shit. And my management would just give me all these stock awards, you know. But then I got fired for that bullshit, and I lost most of them. And it's like right now, it's like what I lost is worth like 120 grand. So that's pretty dope.
You kicking yourself in the teeth right now?
Yeah, well, it was some stupid bureaucratic fucking horseshit, and I still think I did the right thing. You know, I acknowledge that it was against the rules, but I'm not a fucking pussy, so I did the right thing. People that weren't doing the right thing used me as a scapegoat to make them look good. And there was a bunch of other political shit, but you know, brass tacks
That's
comes
how it
down to it.
works.
I broke the rules, even though it was to help the company, and I got fucked in the ass. But you know, it's still the point that came from that story is like, yeah, I still did the wrong thing. And it's unfortunate that it wasn't like the Navy to where you're like a crew, you know, you like watch out for each other.
I'm looking up the stock price for Tesla as we speak.
It's probably around like $600 right now.
573, bro.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
How many shares did they give you?
Well, just one. I got 3 different performance awards, and one of them was 157 shares.
Oh my God. That is 10 grand. Hold on. Whatever. We don't need to get down to how much money it is. That's a good bit of money.
It's way more than 10 grand, dingus.
No, 100 shares at $500. Oh, wait, what? Why would they give you that much money in stock?
Because I did a really good job and they appreciated my work.
50. I want to work for Tesla. Tell me about your day to day at Tesla. How was it?
Well, it was crazy because I started there at Gigafactory 1 whenever they're still building it. I was probably one of the first like 30 or so equipment technicians to work in the factory. And it was great. They would literally take apart production lines and reassemble them in different places in the factory like weekly just to facilitate different construction or different parts they needed and shit. Dude, it's fucking amazing the innovation and manufacturing that has been achieved in that place in the few years, this like 4 years it's been open, you know. And I got to be a solid chunk of that, like 2 years, like helping set up production lines or like really crunch data and alter, assist people and like taking data measurements and altering machines, blah blah blah. They sent me one time to IPG Phototronics, which is like this Russian-owned laser company in Boston, for a week to like tour the factory and talk to them about equipment that they sold us and this and that.
Sounds like you were consulting a little bit, but not getting paid for it.
I was doing everything I was asked to do, and I was doing the fuck out of it. You know, that was my goal. Go to Tesla, do everything. I did it the same way I did the Navy. Just do all the work I could as much as possible and be the best at everything. And then I broke the rules. And then I was fired. I was told to get the fuck out. Get the fuck out, you loser.
You fucking fuck. Could you ever work for the company again?
Yeah, they've literally called me because it was a safety violation. They're like, oh, you can come back to work in 6 months. And then my old management is like, hey, we could really use your help around here if you want your job back. And I'm not opposed to it in the future. You know, I like the job a lot. And just I'm going to college now. I'm not going to stop going to college. Because when I was working there, I was working like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. like Sunday through Thursday. Well, when I first started there, I was working like 6-7 days a week doing that shit. But then towards the end, like my last year there, I was like going to college. I was taking like 10-12 credit hours at the UNR and working there. So like Monday through Thursday, I slept literally 2 hours a night. And then like I'd get home from work, I would go to class in the morning and then do my homework, sleep from like 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., wake up, study, do homework, go work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And I just did that shit to myself.
I don't have that. I just want to make the money.
Well, dude, I was getting paid full time. Like I was making almost. I don't want to talk about that, but my last year at Tesla, with the money I made at Tesla and with the money that I made from the VA, like to going in college as like an in-person student, I made $100,000 last year, like from both of those. So it was working out. I was making money. I was just not sleeping.
If I can do all this correctly next year, if I can really pick up the stocks, flip the shoes, all this other stuff I'm doing, get my food truck going.
Food
I could
truck.
probably still, yeah, I'm doing. I'll tell you about it. I could probably still only make 60K. A lot of this startup stuff I'm trying to do is stuff I should have done when I was younger. I just made bad financial decisions, and by that I mean I didn't make any good financial decisions. I just literally spent money and didn't really save much. And now I'm like, okay, now I'm saving money. You know, credit cards are paid off. I got a car that's paid for. And you know what? I should have done that when I was younger. So kids, if you're watching, hopefully you're not watching this, kids. If you are, you see a credit card, use 10% of it and fucking pay it off. Keep 10% revolving. Don't fucking use it for shit that you don't fucking need. It's an emergency fund and it's to build your credit. That's it. Save up your money for other shit.
Yeah, I made actually a lot of really smart decisions with my money ever since I was about 17.
You've always been very like, you've always seemed like you've been witty when it comes to shit like that. Like,
I'm 0.2% Ashkenazi Jew. So
I don't know what that is, but it sounds to me like you're a fancy fuck.
It's a type of Jew that was particularly good at accounting, but bad at being robust with like their health and living long.
Oh, so you're gonna die when you're 40,
Well,
but
no,
you're
because
gonna
that's only 0.2%. I think I just got all the money stuff, and then the rest of me is like Irish Viking. So, well, Irish and Viking.
Yeah.
Robust. I'm a very
Speaking
robust
of that,
mutt.
what are our sponsors again? I forgot.
Shadestays.com. Keep your shades on your hat. You twat.
And then what's the other one?
Sortedmind.com. Shoot guns in the desert if you're in the Phoenix area. It will
10
make
out of
you
10.
have a man boner
Would
and a
recommend.
lady boner at the same time.
It's amazing. Would recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And also this cool app that I'm just kidding. Every YouTube video ever.
You want to wrap this
What's
up,
that?
big
Yeah.
boy? I want to get some food.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, buddy.
All right, we got content out there now. Go check out our sponsors. Ask us questions on my Twitter, SlothAu. Twitter.com/SlothAu. Go to my website, SlothAu.com. Got a link to my Patreon. There's also a link to my Twitter and my YouTube page on my website. That is for all this.
I'll throw my Instagram on there as well.
Hey,
boy,
we are the start of the change. Okay, I'm grooming myself for a presidential run when I'm 35. You know, it'll be not the next one or the one after that, but the one after that.
Let me put out there, I'm gonna have nothing to do with any of it, so don't worry.
Hey, we are the people. We got to take the power back. We got to take our fucking government back from these corrupt piece of shit people. Yeah, I was born and raised poor. I can be poor. I know how to make money. Money is just this fucking resource that you just have to know how to use. It's no big deal. Okay?
Yeah.
We can stop hoarding it. We can stop fucking each other. And we can just live in peace and harmony and do everything the right way.
And that, my friends, is how you have an orgasm.
Time to stop the stream. Laugh in God's pocket.